was a sight for my soul.
This is the behind the scenes and following production processes for my Road Rail entry 2018.
Now there was a sight for my soul.
So first I'm going to talk about setting up appropriate equipment. The equipment I used was obviously a camera, a tripod and a microphone. The camera I used was the DSLR Nikon 3200. I use this in every single one of my shoots. The tripod I used was just a standard tripod, and the microphone I used was the Rode Shotgun Pro mic to mount on top of my camera. I used the tripod for stabilisation and to get good pans when I needed them. Like in one of my scenes you can see I panned from a doorway which is out of focus into a bathroom to then focus on the main subject. So that came in very useful when I needed it and when I just needed that stabilisation. For lighting, I mainly used natural light as we filmed the majority of my stuff outside. The opening sequence is set in a garden, so I did film that in the day, and then in post-production, to make it look like it was at night or raining, I added in effects to make it more low-key and to show that the weather was quite bad. Lighting, I didn't use any LEDs or anything like that, and when we were inside I just used again natural lighting and windows around me to make it look good on camera, but again I didn't use many lights because I was trying to go for that low-key, gloomy feel to my film anyway. For following safe working practices, I did have to make sure that a few things were right before I started filming. This is because I filmed at my house, and at the moment my house is going through a massive renovation and an extension. The starting scene for my film is a young girl moving into her new house, so the location was sort of perfect as my house isn't really finished and it does look like it's either just been bought, just been moved into, or work's being done. That means all around the place there's building tools, wires to power electrical equipment that isn't wired in properly at the moment. There are electrical wires hanging out the walls that they are live, but they are sealed, so you can't be hurt by them. But when producing a production within this environment, you have to be careful that you don't trip or damage yourself or equipment. So the places that I filmed was outside, and as you can see in some of the scenes there's cardboard boxes and rubbish outside, so that first of all was a trip hazard. All cast and crew, there was only 2 of us, but we did have to make sure we were looking where we were standing, and I was looking where I was putting my equipment to film and everything like that. Moving on to the inside, there's no carpet in the house at the moment and there's gripper boards everywhere, so by placing equipment on the floor like wires to, microphones or something like that, or lights, it was essential that nothing got caught on the gripper boards, because this could result in it snagging the actual cable, splitting it, and either breaking or, worst case scenario, it fusing out, catching fire. Anything could happen in that circumstance. Other than the gripper boards, there's a lot of dust around, so if you do leave equipment there like unattended for, a week or however long the production could take, then potentially lenses and stuff like that could get damaged by dust. Finally, evidence that I followed the correct production processes. As you can see, I started out in the back garden, which is where the overall film begins, where the girl's just moving into her house. We then move into the kitchen, which again is still the establishing scenes. She walks in with a cardboard box, puts it on the counter, and that just sort of shows you that she's, moving in, or at least like new to the house. And then she moves towards the sink, which sets up the whole film pretty much. Then we go upstairs. Again, you can see I'm just on the tripod here, getting the pan from the side of the door into the bathroom, and this is then showing where the overall film is going to take place, and it builds up the suspense for what is about to come later on. Other than that, we did make sure we did everything else correctly, so we did do test shots, audio samples, and we did this to just check over everything so that the framing was correct, the lighting was good, the microphone was in fact working. We did do several audio samples to make sure that the audio was coming through and it was clear using the Rode mic. Another way we followed production processes, sticking to our shooting schedule. This was very helpful for me. During pre-production, I asked Hannah a time where she would be free to film, and she gave me about a week, and by sticking to it, it meant that, you know, I didn't have Hannah like calling me up last minute saying, you know, I can't make it, and then I wasn't able to film. And I also made time for a contingency. I had about 2 days contingency plan, I think it was maybe 1 or 2, which we did in fact use in the end because we did need more scene and more sort of establishing and finishing shots.
There goes a sight from my soul.
So the behind the scenes for this vlog and for my road reel basically features the equipment I used, how I used it, whereabouts I used it, particularly in the garden and upstairs outside the bathroom, but it also gives you an insight into what really went on, how I got the shots, you know, how Hannah like performed for the specific scenes and for the jump scares and everything like that. And overall it just gives you a taste of how I created the horror film, because obviously we did have some downfalls where I couldn't actually get a creature, like a horror character, or someone to come in and do special effects in the end, because they called up and said they couldn't do it last minute, so instead I had to change to a point of view shot. So in the behind the scenes it just gives you a insight into how I captured that, how I did the point of view shots and everything else. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the squealer. Thank you very much.